every toy and every movie from your childhood just lost its damn mind. That's not a fever dream. You're not going crazy. That's Robot Chicken.
Today we're going to be talking about the show that turned pop culture into psychological warfare. My name's Dakosity. Please consider liking and subscribing if you end up enjoying this video, but only if you end up enjoying it. If you don't enjoy it, you can kick me in the balls. We're going to be doing a deep dive on one of my favorite shows ever, so here we go. Enjoy. Alright, so let's rewind real quick. Before Robot Chicken melted our brains with a robot humping a washing machine or Superman committing tax fraud, it actually started with a toy magazine. Yeah, no, seriously. So back in the 90s, Seth Green, yes, that's Seth Green, the guy from Austin Powers or Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Family Guy, teamed up with a dude named Matthew Senreich. I think that's how you say his name. Maybe it's Senreich. I don't know. His name's Matt. They both had a love for toys and nonsense, which is an absolutely dangerous combo. Matt was working on Toy Fair magazine, and they cooked up this little section called Twisted Toy Fair Theater. Basically, comic strips using action figures in ridiculous scenarios. It was dumb, chaotic, and people loved it. Now here's where it gets wild. In 2000, they made a web series called Sweet J Presents. It was like a prototype for Robot Chicken. Short, sketch-style animations using stop-motion toys, think low budget, high energy, and borderline illegal levels of absurdity. This caught the attention of Adult Swim, aka the weird little cousin of Cartoon Network, who stayed up too late and smelled like Axe body spray or vomit, depending on what time of the night you woke up. In 2025, boom! Robot Chicken officially hatches. The rest is unhinged history. The show didn't just stay weird. It evolved into a mega beast of chaos. Over the years, they cranked out 11 seasons, a bunch of specials, and multiple Emmy wins, which feels illegal for a show that had a sketch called Dora the Horror. And let's not forget the Star Wars specials, which honestly deserve their own shrine in the Smithsonian. I can't say words, I'm sorry, dude. And here's a fun fact. Most of the cast and crew voiced like 50 characters each. Seth Green? Dude probably has full conversations with himself in 12 different voices. It's like if one guy ran a mental asylum and was also the patient. He's doing what Seth MacFarlane does on Family Guy, but like on crack. Also, tons of celebrities just pop in to do voices every now and then. We're talking George Lucas, Scarlett Johansson, Michaela Loken. I can't. What? Michaela Loken. Dude, I can't say the word. Help me, please. Hulk Hogan. This show was like Hollywood's guilty pleasure. It was basically Adult Swim South Park, to be honest, if you think about it, because a lot of celebrities like to go on there too. They got actual Dean Morgan to do the freaking Walking Dead special. Seth MacFarlane goes on there after shitting on Robot Chicken on Family Guy to Chris Griffin, because Seth plays Chris. It's so, dude, I love this show.
Look, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man. Yay! Those shows existed!
How's it feel to be on a major network for 30 seconds?
Yo!
But what makes Robot Chicken so iconic isn't just the references or the messed up humor. It's that it never cared about being normal in the first place. It is pure, unfiltered brain rot, beautiful chaos. A toy box possessed by demons and late night cable energy. And I love every single goddamn second of it. So here's the thing about Robot Chicken. It really shouldn't work. Like, by all logic, it's a bunch of random 5-second clips of toys getting blown up, farting on each other, or dying in absurd pop culture references. There is rarely ever any plot. There's no message 90% of the time. It's like rapidly flipping through channels on the fucking kill myself. It doesn't make any sense. The format is just just pure chaos. You get sketches that are literally 1 line long, followed by a 3-minute deep dive into something like, what if Optimus Prime had prostate cancer? And the tone whiplash is insane. 1 second you're laughing at Care Bears committing war crimes, and then the next it's a wholesome sketch about a lonely unicorn trying to find love, and then he explodes, naturally. Or he just molests somebody. But here's the genius part. That sketch style, that rapid fire format is ADHD proof. It's meme culture before memes were even really a thing. It's TikTok energy before TikTok even existed. You never have time to get bored because boom, new joke, new sketch, new character, probably something illegal happening. The show respects zero boundaries and even less of your attention span. It's like they dared you to keep you up, which is probably happening because the show aired at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Robot Chicken is basically if Vine, Mad Magazine, remember Mad from Cartoon Network? I could do something about that too. It's basically the same thing. And a Fever Dream had a baby and raised it on, I don't know, Capri's Sun and drama. I don't know where I'm going with this, I'm gonna be honest. It's just chaotic bullshit. And also, there's no laugh track, unless the laugh track actually has something to do with the joke. Like if they're making fun of a sitcom or something. I swear I know there's a few skits like that where they're like literally, I don't know, like the 70s show is happening and people are actually just flat out dying and then the laugh track's happening. I know there's a few sketches like that. So let me know in the comments if you can remember what they're called, because like I don't remember the exact ones, but I know that that's at least happened once or twice. Like I have the little, you know, deep-seated memory of it. Anyway, back to the video essay. Most sketches don't even have an ending. They just stop. Like you'll watch a bit where the Hulk is ordering coffee at Starbucks and then bam, next sketch. It's like, what? That's it? And yeah, that's it. That's the point. And for some reason, this anti-format format works. It's punchy, unpredictable, and it's almost impossible to replicate without looking like a bootleg version of it. Even when it's not funny, even when the joke flops, the next one is already flying in your face 2 seconds later. The show lives and dies by the throw everything at the wall and see what sticks philosophy. And honestly, the wall is caked with jokes, blood, and action figure limbs. And I'm so here for it. All right, let's talk about the greatest hits, the icons, the bits, the unholy sketches that cemented Robot Chicken in the halls of the What the Hell Did I Just Watch awards. Because yeah, the show's sketch-based. Yeah, it's chaotic, but somehow certain characters kept coming back, each more deranged than the last. Let's start with the nerd. You know him, the loud, awkward, glass-wearing guy with a nasally voice, who's basically just a Reddit user combined with a Discord mod, and you know, we love him so much. He is the heart of Robot Chicken. If the heart was filled with, you know, trauma, hoariness, and encyclopedic Star Wars knowledge. God, I can't say words. You know, I write down all these big, fancy, schmancy words that are supposed to make me sound real smart, and then they end up, you know, I can't say them because I'm autistic or something. The nerd's whole deal is being constantly bullied by the entire world. Also, my left eye just got blurry. What the hell? Dropped into horrifying situations. And sometimes just being flat out killed. Horribly. But he always comes back. Why? Because he's us. He's you, specifically you who's watching this right now. You are a piece of shit. He's the fanboy, the cringe, a god tier self-insert for the terminally online, like me. I will never have a normal social life. Thank you, everything, especially League of Legends. Thank you, League of Legends. I fucking hate you, League of Legends. And then there's my favorite character. We're just gonna talk about her right now, even though there's like a million other characters I gotta get to, but you know what? I gotta talk about her now. Bitch Puddin'. And oh boy, if the nerd is the show's soul, then Bitch Puddin' is the middle finger, baby.
Dun, 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 dun!
Bitch Puddin'.
Blam!
She's like if Strawberry Shortcake was raised in a gas station bathroom and taught MMA by a pack of raccoons. She's violent, vulgar, unkillable, and absolutely iconic. Her sketches are pure mayhem. You never know if she's gonna save the day or curb stomp a Care Bear just because she feels like it. I recommend watching her special. It is one of the highest rated episodes of all time of Robot Chicken, which, by the way, I have 2 of those videos in my YouTube channel. You should go look at that right now. I might even put them in this description of the video if I remember by the time I'm done editing this monstrosity of a video. And let's not forget the humping robot. A literal robot constantly humping everything in its sight, especially random objects. No reason, no backstory really, just vibes. He shows up, does his thing, and then leaves. Or just, the skit ends. Power move, honestly. I can't blame him. I'd do the same thing if I was him. Then we've got like Skeletor, He-Man, Optimus Prime, the Justice League, some Marvel superheroes, the perverted unicorn that likes to assault things and has very borderline illegal sketches going on, to be honest. Mario Bros. M. Night Shyamalan's rejected twist ideas. The gummy bear losing its leg in a bear trap and then screaming at an incredibly high pitch.
I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear.
If you know, you know. Also, there's the really soft bear. If you know about that one, you know. These sketches are like brain tattoos. Once you've seen the G.I. Joe PSA where Duke dies from choking on cereal, it's with you forever, in the deepest cornerstones of your mind. Oh, and the Star Wars specials? Absolute masterpieces. Legit canon level comedy. They got the original actors to come back. George Lucas did a cameo. That's how legendary Robot Chicken got. The Yo Mama battle between Palpatine and Darth Vader is funnier than 3 entire Family Guy seasons, at least probably the later ones. But here's the thing. None of this works unless it's rooted in some kind of twisted, deep understanding of pop culture. These sketches are random, but they're not random. They're surgical. The writers know what they're doing. They know their stuff. They grew up on it and continue to consume it. And they're not just parroting, they're low-key roasting your childhood, and by extension theirs, and daring you to laugh at it. Every character, every sketch, it's like a middle school notebook doodle that somehow got greenlit to be on TV. And the best part, they don't overstay their welcome. Every joke gets in, blows your back out, and then gets out. That's the Robot Chicken promise. Alright, so look, for a show that regularly features Mario getting shot by police, a unicorn assaulting people in the worst way possible, bears getting assaulted by other things very badly, or Barbie running a whole ass drug cartel, Robot Chicken actually takes its animation very seriously. But the show isn't just animated, it is done in stop motion entirely, which for the uninitiated is basically the Dark Souls of animation. Every single movement manual, frame by frame. Imagine moving an action figure's arm by just millimeters, taking a picture, moving it again, taking another picture. Repeat this like 300,000 times, and then boom, you've got a 15-second sketch. Worth it? Apparently yes. Now, all this madness is apparently made by the wizards at Stupid Buddy Studios. And yes, that is the actual name. At the end of every single Robot Chicken episode, you hear the stupid monkey.
Stupid monkey.
That is them. Their crew is behind this madness, and they specialize in that crunchy, handcrafted look that Robot Chicken is known for. Their whole vibe is we suffer to bring you comedy. Now let's talk about the process real quick. They write the sketch, usually in the writer's room, full of pop culture obsessed gremlins screaming, "What if Pikachu had a gambling addiction?" Oh my god, I forgot to talk about the Pokemon sketches. And then someone says, perfect, green lighted. Step 2, it's storyboarded out. Figure out the timing, the shots, the jokes. Everything has to be ultra tight because Robot Chicken sketches are so short. There is zero room for fluff. Every single second counts. Step 3, the model maker and puppet fabricators come in. These are the sickos who build tiny working sets, miniature Starbucks cups, fully posable action figures with like 80 different joints. They're doing full-on toy surgery here. Most of the figures are customized, kit bashed, or 3D printed. Some are made by scratch. They even swap out facial expressions frame by frame with sculpted clay pieces or replaceable heads. That is insane. Then comes the animation. Actual stop motion gods moving everything, one microscopic frame at a time. A good day on set? Maybe they get 10 seconds of actual footage done. That's it. These animators have the patience of saints and the sleep schedule of raccoons. Voice recording happens in parallel, usually done before animation, and half the time it's just Seth Green talking to himself in 5 different voices. He plays so many characters, it is fucking terrifying. Like if one guy ran the whole cast of a Marvel movie using sock puppets and anxiety. Finally, there is post-production. Sound effects, editing, timing tweaks, maybe a blood splatter here or there, maybe an explosion. The final product looks chaotic. But under the hood, it is a Swiss watch made of plastic limbs and duct tape. The crew includes animators, sculptors, light designers, sound mixers, editors, and a rotating cast of nerds, artists, and comedians, all grinding out this weird little Frankenstein of a show that somehow is still kicking and alive. Even though their last episode was like 3 years ago at this point, but I'm pretty sure they're just working on really big specials. At least that's what Seth Green said. And get this, they didn't just make Robot Chicken. These are the same folks that worked on MODOK, Marvel's What If, even stuff for Community, The Simpsons. Respect. So yeah, Robot Chicken may look like it was made by... Robot Chicken may look like it's, made in a 12-year-old's basement. And that's part of the charm. But behind the scenes, it's one of the most labor-intensive, handcrafted comedies ever created. It's like a Renaissance painting that tells you to suck it. Trying to describe the tone of Robot Chicken is like trying to explain a dream you had while you took cold medicine and Red Bull before bed. It is insane, random, kind of brilliant for some reason, kind of stupid at the same time, and somehow it all works. The show runs on a style I'd like to call weaponized chaos. Every sketch, every scene, every joke, it is delivered like a punchline of a joke that you didn't know you were listening to. The editing is brutal. Smash cuts, instant transitions, no fade outs, no breathing room. 1 second you're watching Mario Brothers running a crime syndicate, the next you're deep in a sketch about Dora the Explorer getting waterboarded by G.I. Joe. There is no warning, and that is the beauty of it. The show's pacing is like being attacked by memes at gunpoint. You will get whiplash. You will miss jokes. And that is by design, because Robot Chicken does not wait for you to catch up. It assumes you're either already online, already terminally nerd-pilled, or about to be. There is no hand-holding. Haha, isn't that silly is the structure. It's just boom, boom, boom. Reference, gore, scream. Silence, sketch over. The disorienting rhythm is the point. It's comedy speedrunning. Even if the joke flops, like I said in the last section, it's fine, because 5 seconds later, there's a sketch that hits so hard you accidentally snort out your drink. It's like roulette, but with trauma. Why did you have to show me that bear getting, why did you do that to me? There's some really dark humor in this too. There's one where like a kid with cancer and his parents just like get killed, and that's the punchline. It's like, that's it. It's just like horrible things that happen and then it ends. And that's where it gets interesting. Yes, the show is crude. It's violent. It's edgy. But it's not edgy for the sake of being edgy, unless it is. It's more like a love letter written in crayon, blood, and Mountain Dew. Writers aren't just making fun of pop culture. They know pop culture. They love it. And they've also got some sick fucking brains. And that's why the jokes land. I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, but these are nerds poking fun at their own obsessions. or sometimes just creating situations that are generally f***ed up. Sometimes there's sketches that are just random things happening and it's just literally just evil, and that's the joke. I can't stress that enough. Take a sketch like Palpatine on a conference call, or He-Man in a midlife crisis. It's not just parody, it's satire with actual insight, wrapped in a fart joke. That's the show's secret sauce. It's dumb, but it's smart at being dumb. Even the animation style feeds into this. It's stop motion, incredibly clunky, jerky, cheap looking in the best way possible. You feel the texture. It's like watching toys act out this forbidden fanfic, and the roughness adds to this weird sense of do-it-yourself charm. Like you're watching something someone should not have made, but they did anyway, and somehow they got a gigantic budget for it. Oh, and the sound design, incredible. Every punch, bone snap, fart, and scream is exaggerated to Looney Tunes levels. It's slapstick turned up to 11, and it hits harder because of how tiny and innocent the toys look. The contrast is hilarious. Watching a strawberry shortcake doll commit a war crime with hyper-realistic audio is comedy gold. But what's even more surprising is that the show sometimes drops its mask. Every once in a while, Robot Chicken will slip in a sketch here and there that's kind of poignant, or really dark, or just weirdly emotional, like a unicorn trying to find love, or a superhero having some kind of existential crisis. God, I can't speak English today. My throat's all dry. I'm sorry, dude. This is the problem. I do this in one take. Larry! I don't know anyone named Larry. These moments hit harder because they come out of nowhere. The show tricks you into laughing and then uppercuts your soul, and then moves on right back to the stupid fart jokes. So yeah, Robot Chicken is not clean. It's not safe, but it is authentic. It's got this confident, reckless tone to it. We're gonna make the dumbest, bloodiest, most lovingly crafted 11-minute show ever, and you're gonna love it. And I do too. Alright, so, Robot Chicken, we've gone over it. It's a chaotic mess of screaming, toys, pop culture, ultra violence. Cool. But here's the real question. Why did it matter? Why did this show, of all shows, hit like a pop culture nuke during the 2000s and leave behind a crater full of memes, voice acting gigs, and PTSD-laced childhood trauma? Let's talk legacy, baby. Because Robot Chicken didn't just exist. It rewired people's brains. 1, it defined Adult Swim's identity. Adult Swim was already weird, don't get me wrong, but Robot Chicken really put it in that sweet spot between stoner TV and internet brain rot. It became a flagship, right up there with my favorite show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The Boondocks, another banger. If you want me to do a video like this for that, I will gladly do it, although I might get called racist a few times because that show has some crazy themes in it.
Wait a minute. I'm white.
Where you going? Don't you ignore me. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
Metalocalypse, which I actually have not watched, funny enough. Crazy enough, I know it's very strange. Really, I didn't put Venture Bros up there. Well, the Venture Bros is also a staple show on Adult Swim that I also haven't watched, which is crazy because that show's really good too, apparently. Anyways, back to the actual video essay. It was short, it was unpredictable, and it played right into the late night, what the hell am I watching theme that Adult Swim had going on. It's no exaggeration to say that Robot Chicken helped build the brand that Adult Swim was aiming to build. Experimental, do-it-yourself, and unafraid to get messy. 2, it was meme culture before meme culture. Years before Vine, TikTok, or even YouTube poop.
Hey, this guy had a Pokemon. That's not a Pokemon. That's a gay Luigi.
Robot Chicken was doing rapid-fire cutaway humor at a breakneck speed. One sketch might be 3-second visual gag, the other one might be a fully produced saga about an inner trauma of a Pez dispenser. It did not matter. The show trained your brain to process micro sketches. It was like prototype shit posting, except it aired on television, had celebrities voicing the action figures, and somehow got away with stuff that that would be banned in 2025. 3. It gave nerd culture a voice. Look, before Marvel became a lifestyle brand, being a nerd was not cute. It was not mainstream, but Robot Chicken leaned so hard into nerd culture. Transformers, Star Wars, Pokemon, old school video games, obscure 80s cartoons. They went deep cuts only. And they didn't just reference these things, they integrated them. Yeah, it was funny, but it also made nerds feel seen, even if the sketches were kind of roasting them to death in the process. 4. It opened the door for adult animation's weird era. No Robot Chicken, no Rick and Morty. No Smiling Friends, no MODOK. It showed studios you could do weird animation for adults that wasn't just trying to copy The Simpsons or Family Guy. You could go completely unhinged. You could use stop motion. You could take toys and use them to stage elaborate war crimes. And people would watch religiously. It also gave a ton of future creatives their first shot. Writers, animators, even actors. If you look at the credits over the years, it's a who's who of Hollywood weirdos that now run their own shows. It was like Nerd SNL, a place where you could get weird, get noticed, and move on to weirder stuff, or less weird stuff. It was a good place to start is what I'm getting at. Number 5. Star Wars loved it more than you would expect. Let's be real. The Star Wars specials alone were legacy defining. They were canon adjacent, had the blessings of Lucasfilm, and were so well done that people still quote that shit today, more than the actual prequels. It showed that Robot Chicken could take a sacred IP and make it better by absolutely demolishing it with jokes. I mean, again, George Lucas literally voiced himself in the special. That's not legacy, that is a flex. So what is the takeaway from all of this yapping? Well, from this section anyway, we'll get to the conclusion very soon. I know you're waiting to get out of here. Okay, class isn't dismissed yet, okay? Robot Chicken is not just parroting pop culture. It became pop culture. It helped shape internet humor, gave adult animation a new lane, and turned toy chests into war zones. Its legacy is messy, loud, a little offensive, and kind of beautiful in its own twisted way. It showed an entire generation that comedy could be fast, weird, and totally unapologetic, and still mean something. Even if that something is watching Elmo get mauled by velociraptors while yelling, "Not again." So, what do you even say about a show like Robot Chicken? It's dumb, brilliant, immature, yet surgically precise. It's the kind of show where a Care Bear can commit arson and somehow mean anything. But that's the magic, baby. Robot Chicken isn't just a show, it is a vibe. It was a middle finger to the traditional structure of comedy back then. It was a shot of adrenaline to late night TV. It trained our brains to move fast, to absorb more, to accept complete randomness as a legitimate form of comedy somehow. One could say even to accept it as normal. And we loved it, or at least I did. I don't care if you did. I don't even know who you are. And understood that pop culture doesn't have to be sacred. I just hit my desk really hard. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. That toys can be tragic. Star Wars characters are just as funny as they are iconic. And most importantly, it knew that sometimes the best comedy does not have to actually make sense. It just has to hit. And Robot Chicken, it's like a goddamn truck full of G.I. Joes doing ketamine on their way to a musical. This show shaped a generation of weird kids, night owls, nerds, and stoners, combining them all into some weird chimera of just insanity. It broke rules, shattered expectations, and somehow, despite all odds, lasted 2 full decades and technically is still going and evolving to this day. Think about it. A sketch comedy show made with stop motion dolls lasted longer than your favorite Netflix original. That is legacy, that is impact, that is insanity. So yeah, whether you watched it in the dark at 2 o'clock in the morning after a bad day, or binged the Star Wars specials until you could quote them by heart, Robot Chicken left a mark. A weird blood-stained plastic action figure shaped mark on us all. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out my other, all the different YouTube videos on the channel that would probably be recommended to you anyway based on watching this. But I love you so much for watching this. I can't believe you lasted this long. And I'll see you in the next one. Also, check out Wildgate. That game's coming out. Put it on your wish list. Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. It's going to be based. Also, I might be involved with it a little bit. And Space Pirates, very fun game. Buy it. Buy the game. Buy it when it comes out. God damn it. All right, goodbye.